Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Awakened Jenn Tarot. I am so thankful to each and every one of you for joining me today. If you are new here, my name is Jennifer Halliburton. I'm a Soulful Revolution certified tarot reader, spiritual advisor, and healing and manifestation coach. And it is my honor to help others gain clarity, guidance, and insights on their path of ascension. In today's video, we will be doing a tarot reading combined with channeled messages for the collective. Please keep in mind this is a collective reading. Only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you would like to manifest a more specific message into the reading, please subscribe, like, and comment, as these are forms of energetic transference that can help me connect more directly to your energy and channel more specifically to your situation. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the reading. Hello, Earth signs. Welcome to your reading. This is the Awakened Jenn. I'm Jennifer Halliburton, a Soulful Revolution certified tarot reader, spiritual advisor, and healing and manifestation coach. And this is a new series I'm starting. I'm going to start doing weekly air, fire, earth, water readings. And in each one of them, I'm going to be breaking out each of the zodiacs within it. So before we get started, I want us to take 3 deep breaths together and do the invocation to call in the spirit team. So if you'll close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. Breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So I want to go over some housekeeping things before we get too far into this message. And so the first thing I want to share is last week I uploaded an abundance activation. So this is a guided meditation to help break through financial blocks, to help you come into your own financial freedom. And so a lot of times the things that hold us back the most from our financial freedom is that we have these subconscious beliefs that are buried so deep down into our subconscious that even like our brain cannot even reach them. So as we're trying to think about, well, how can we make more money this way? How can we grow this way? How can we expand this way? There's going to be certain levels of blocks that you're going to run into that you literally cannot think your way out of. And you're going to need to work through the subconscious. You're going to need to go around the back door and get to the subconscious and really put in new affirmations and new belief systems, start building new belief systems. So my recommendation with this is that you listen to it every day for 21 days straight to help really sear those new affirmations down into your subconscious. Okay, the other thing I wanted to share about was we just recorded episode 5 of The Spiritual View. And we went over the full moon rituals. And we're using StreamYard now. And so StreamYard allowed us to be able to stream it on all of our personal channels at the same time. So you may have already seen this posted on my channel. If you haven't watched it, I do encourage you to watch it. But I want to also let you know that if you will go to the Spiritual View 311, that's the YouTube channel for the Spiritual View, and go to that video on that channel, if you like, comment, and subscribe, you will be entered to win a free private reading from one of the team members from the Spiritual View. And so you have until Friday to get registered for that. And we'll be announcing it on our live on Friday, on our Fun Friday Live at 5 p.m. Eastern. This episode is something that we do monthly. It is the third Friday of every month that we come together to do these collab sessions. And then each week on the Spiritual View, we do have on Mondays and Fridays now, we're doing live sessions where we're doing live card pulls. So definitely check us out over there. I do readings on Tuesdays as well for that channel. So there's a lot happening. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But mostly go get entered to win that free private reading from one of the team members over there. All right. So now then, let's get into what we actually came here for. All right. So today we're going to be going over the earth signs. And so here's what to expect. The order that I'm going to go in is Taurus, Virgo, and then Capricorn. And for each of them, we're going to pull one angel guide oracle. We're going to pull 3 tarot cards. We're going to pull 1 card from the Guides from the Hidden Realms oracle, and then we'll close it out with the Art of Manifestation oracle. Now, please remember, these are collective readings, so only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you would like a more personal reading, I do offer private readings, so that information is down in the description box below. And let's go ahead and get started with Virgo. Okay, I might have said Virgo. I meant Taurus. Let's get started with Taurus. All right, let's go ahead and get my cameras up here. Okay, so Taurus. We're going to be starting with the Angel Guide Oracle. So we're going to get you an angel message for this week. So what angel message do we have for Taurus this week? Angel messages for Taurus. Over just a little bit. Okay. What messages do we have for Taurus this week? Inner child healing. So this one actually came out yesterday for one of the fire signs, I think. So inner child healing, there is going to be probably some triggering that's happening, because that's usually the way that we find out what's happening with that inner child is when we get triggered. That's where it's like, that's where the inner child starts screaming at us, wanting to be seen and to be heard and to be understood. And so there is probably going to be some level of triggering that is coming in, and just embrace the triggering. Don't judge yourself for being triggered. Understand that the trigger is a message for you to look at something deeper. And so like this past week, I've dealt with a whole lot of triggers. And I think it's because of the Capricorn full moon that we just had. And I'm a Capricorn moon. And so I'm positive that it had a huge impact on me just because of that. And then, of course, my degree of the moon was pretty close to what the actual moon degree was when it went, exact. But I've been triggered just so much just in this past week about things that I know were connected to deep childhood trauma. And so I had one connection with a friend that it triggered me out of nowhere, and I didn't even expect it. I wasn't having any bad feelings, but this one, and I know that they didn't have any bad intentions, it was like we were in an okay place, but because I got triggered in this weird way, I had to really inspect, where is that coming from? Because I don't actually feel this level of upset over this event that just happened. And so that's going to be your biggest sign that you've really tapped into that kind of trigger, is when your reaction is way over the top from what the actual situation in front of you actually represents, because you're reacting not just to the thing right in front of you, but you're reacting to all of the past that was connected to that one thing that triggered you. And so let's go ahead and read the inner child healing here. But I mean, once you get to that understanding, and a lot of times the healing can be just as simple as just the awareness that, oh, this is what was happening. And then you tell yourself, that happened a long time ago. That person is not even in my life anymore. I am safe. I am, old enough now. I can make different decisions than what I was able to in that time. I'm able to understand things on a higher level than what, my mind was as a child. So, I mean, I think that it's 11:11 on the clock. I do think that just the awareness, just being able to inspect it and see it, is going to be very healing in itself. Okay. The inner child is part of our psyche that represents our childhood. Everyone, no matter who they are, has had traumatic childhood experiences that may be impacting their life today. And you have endured so much in your life. You are a real survivor. Drawing this card indicates that no matter what has happened to you, you have found a way forward. You may feel that you have had to grow up quickly and abandon your innocence in order to survive. But know that when you reflect, review, and release anything from your childhood that could be holding you back, the next phase of your life will be supported. This isn't about forgetting, but about taking the time to send loving energy to your inner child and to assure them that they do make it through, and they become the incredible person that you are today. And so just take time to love on that inner child when you start getting triggered, and your first reaction is the way you're parenting that inner child. Do you understand? Like, when you have this big reaction, and just think about your children. If you're a parent, just think about your children when they have their meltdowns, right? Now then, see your inner child as that, having the meltdown. When you get triggered, they're having a little bit of a meltdown. How are you going to respond to that child? Are you going to respond in a critical, or are you going to be loving and be like, okay, I see you. And because what I see a lot of times is a lot of people can be very nurturing to children and then not even nurturing at all to themselves. And so, be nurturing to yourself. Think about if you can't figure out how to treat yourself, think about how you would have treated your own child if you saw them having just, a moment of just panic. Because it's typically like the triggers, it's a fear, it's a panic that's arising. So you're dysregulated. So the last thing you need is somebody to add more criticism, anger, or any other kind of stress to that. Okay. We're going to pull with the tarot. Let's see what is going on for Taurus this week. What is going on with Taurus this week? Okay. So Taurus's strengths this week are the Hangman. So this is surrender. This is not trying to control what you already cannot control. This is releasing, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of release brought on with the past. And so you've done a good job about just kind of going with the flow, not trying to over control things. I mean, you can't, and you know that. I think that that's where you've got to. You realize this is the areas that I have control over. This is what I don't have control over. And that you've become accepting of that. Even if you don't like that you're still having to deal with these areas that you don't have control over, you've accepted it. So that's your strength this week, is that you are in this flow, because this feels like a flow state. You're in the surrender. You're ready to give up your own way of doing things to try something different. The blessings this week are the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is, this is about your connection to source. This is your belief systems, your traditions. So, I mean, I do feel like that you're going to feel very connected this week. I think you're going to feel solid. I think that maybe you've had some ungrounded feelings, which is bad for the earth signs, right? But this is also about your commitments. Your blessings are going to come in through your connection, though. You're going to feel very connected. This is like download, source down. This is very spiritually connected this week. So that's your blessings, is because you've given up control. You're going to start getting, okay, that's another way I'm seeing this. All right, you've given up the control here. And so now then it's allowing this information to now start come into you, start to form into you. You're rebuilding belief systems too. We're changing the stories from the past, from what the understanding of the little child, to now you're an adult and you understand it in this higher perspective. Okay. All right. So your challenge this week is going to be the 8 of Wands. The information is going to come in very quickly. Like, I think it's going to be hard for you to keep up. It's going to be a very fast pace. This is very fast paced energy, but I feel like you're going to have so much information coming into you this week, and it's going to be hard for you to be able to sort it out and to keep it straight. Okay. All right. So we're going to pull with the guides from the hidden realms. So let's get you some guidance for this week of how to deal with this very fast moving energy, this shifting. It's a big shifting, because this is also very much portal energy to me. So I feel like that you surrendered and let go of this trauma from the past, from these triggers. You're recognizing the ways that these ways of being were holding you back. It's your survival. It's the way that you learn to survive. You're learning how the ways that you learn to survive from the trauma of this, from your childhood, is now then being barriers and blocks to your blessings now, to try and barriers and blocks to, just your stability in general. I mean, I just feel like that it's just, I'm getting like sharp, like just very sharp edges all around you, just to keep things away. And so like it's almost been like the self-fulfilling prophecy, and you're not even realizing that it's it's you. It's just um that you're spiky. You're not realizing that you're being spiky, is what I'm getting. Is that because you built this protection around you because of this, because of the inner child, because of what you went through in childhood. You built up this spiky exterior, and that's been kind of keeping out things that you really wanted to get close to you, things that you were trying to bring in. I mean, they would come close and they would only get so far because you had the spikes that were kind of pushing them back. Okay. So we have this perspective shift coming in. All right. And it's opening up this divine, information, this divine connection there to bring in information, new ideas, new ways of being. All right. Got it. Guidance for Taurus. Serenity out of the exile. Exhale, surrender, radical acceptance. All right. Very aligned. Very, very aligned. All right. So radical acceptance, that's the word. I think that you realize you can't go back and change the past. And so you have to just accept it was there for a reason. So there were bad parts that definitely came out of it, but what's the good? Where's the gold that can still be found from it? Because I mean, I'm just getting this image right now of like mining for gold. And you just think about just all of these precious jewels and stones. They're surrounded by rock and mud and just ick, so are you. So are you. And we have to break you out of the ick. We have to break you out of the ick to bring out the beauty and the essence of who you really are so that you can shine again. Okay. Sustained uncertainty can lead to hypervigilance, where you spend most of your energy on patrol against potential threats from the outside world. In trying to protect yourself, you banished yourself to the brackish, watery depths, caught within a tangle of prickly brambles that you can't see a way through. You've walled yourself off from the world and your connections to your higher power, yet there are pearls submerged within you. Hidden in those branches, a reminder of how far you've come despite this temporary experience. It's time to leave the seductive state of hyper-awareness and re-enter your life with the full permission to rest and cultivate inner peace. The challenge comes from within. Know that you are worthy and nothing is worth depleting yourself for. Stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. The past doesn't have to repeat itself. When you know your worth, your choices will be in alignment with your destiny. Allow yourself to trust and to choose something new and beautiful. Then the next right action will be revealed. Breathe, fall back, and keep your heart open. Allow serenity to take its place within you once again. Give yourself this gift. Gather your pearls. I love that. So, I mean, you really are just coming to this level of acceptance, of what this was and just moving forward out of that space. All right, so we're going to close it out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So what can Taurus do right now to help bring their manifestations in? We have synchronicity. Are seemingly random coincidences showing up in your life? This card asks you to listen to the signs and take them seriously. You are tuning into the universal energy of a greater collective consciousness, and these synchronicities are arriving in your world to guide you. So listen. All right, so I'm getting it connected with these two cards right here. And it's just, as this information is coming into you, be aware of how it might be showing up in the form of synchronicity. So pay attention to the synchronicities that you're seeing and know that they are messages meant to be guiding you towards your fulfillment, towards your happiness, towards your manifestations. All right, so I'm going to close it out there for Taurus, and now we are going to be moving on to Virgo. All right. Okay, Virgo, it is time for you. So let's get our cameras back up on the screen. All right, and we're going to be starting with the Angel Guide Oracle. So what angel message do we have for Virgo this week? Messages do the angels have for Virgo? Do the work. Are you procrastinating? What are you putting off? There's something that you need to be doing. And so We can talk about it or we can be about it. So let's do the work. All right. Do the work. If you are wondering whether to move forward or not, this card is a message from your angels to continue on. You might feel that your current situation requires more time and energy than you are able to give, and there's a good chance that you are feeling disheartened and even drained. It's important to know that everything involved in this situation is pivotal to your growth, expansion, and spiritual connection. This card invites you to switch on the light that you have within. It's time to be a star, to rise up, to get behind the wheel and drive the journey of your life. Yes, energy is going to be needed to hustle and push, but every single effort you make will pay off. Right now, you are sending out a signal, and that will create a wave that can lay the foundation for the rest of your life. Being spiritual isn't always easy. It comes with a price, and that price is time and effort. That is why the angels call it light work, because we have to work our light. This isn't spiritual easy. This isn't spiritual vacation. This is spiritual work, and that does mean that we have to work. Action, effort, surrender, and trust are needed for things to come together. But when this card appears, you have an important opportunity to figure out the balance between effort and effortlessness, and understand when both of these energies need to move through your being. If you want to abandon a project or walk away from a situation, this card is letting you know that you are needed now more than ever. This isn't the time to run away. This is the time to turn up. When you show up ready and willing to do the work, you will move up too. So again, this is an energy of procrastination, but this is also saying don't give up. There's something that you might want to be giving up on right now, but you're like, the visual is that meme of that guy that is, he's digging, and he's like so close to the thing that he's after. Like, I think it's gold probably in that meme, but he's so close to the thing that he's after, but because he's dug and it didn't come at the point in which that he thought it was reasonable for it to be showing up, he turns around and walks away. And I mean, he's just so close. And if he could see the bigger picture, see very, how close he was to the goal, he wouldn't have given up. And so this is what this is telling you, is that you're so close to your goal. Don't give up. You're so close. You might still have a little bit more to go, but you're so close. And I know that you're exhausted. You've already done all of this work already. It's taken a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy to get you here. If you're so close, if you could pull back and see, if you could literally pull back and see how close you are, you just keep digging, keep going, keep doing the work. You are so close. All right. We're going to go ahead and pull with the tarot. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. So what is going on with Virgo this week? Definitely working on something that they put a lot of effort into, and they are ready to walk. All right. The energies have been tough. They really have. And I think that probably that Capricorn full moon probably impacted you as well, because Capricorn is about the work. It is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the taskmaster, and it's the father energy of just, we got to do the work. We got to do the work. They're tough love. It's a lot of tough love, because they know that if you put in that effort, it will get you the life that you're wanting. It will get you to the things that it will get you the best. And that's what they want for you. That's what, this whole thing is about, to get you to the best, your highest timeline. All right. So what is going on with Virgo this week? These cards do not want to spread. Okay. Your strength this week is the Four of Swords. So I think that you have spent some time kind of resting, and that rest has brought in a level of healing. You are prepared. I think that you burn out. You burn out. And so you did give yourself time to kind of pull back. And that effort of being able to rest and recover, I think this is a recovery. You've recovered. You did spend some time taking care of yourself. You might not have moved as fast through this as you might think that you should have. That's another part of this. I think that you're being very critical of yourself, which I think is very common for Virgos. But this taking care of yourself, this giving yourself a chance to recover from the burnout, this was actually a strength. This was actually something good. So this has built strength in you, is giving yourself that time to recover from the burnout. The blessings of this week are, we have the 10 of Cups. So you are finding your happiness. You're finding your emotional fulfillment. And I think that as you become just more happy in general, and just knowing like this is a process. This is a process, not stressing yourself out that it took you longer than what you thought that it should have. It's a process. Just find your happiness, and you are being given a lot of things to be happy about. This is just fulfillment. This is emotional fulfillment. Your challenge this week is patience. With Temperance, that is about patience. It's about, the moderation of not, working too much and then having no personal life. I think that's the part that burnt you out, is that you just push because you had a time frame that you thought that this needed to happen by, but there was other factors at play that you couldn't have even brought in, like they couldn't even have prepared for. Certain things showed up in your life just very unexpectedly that had to be worked in and managed into this plan. And that's just the way that it works. That's the way life works. You set your plan, but then, you've got to have some room for adjustments. You've got to have room for the unexpected, because you can only plan so much. You can only control so much. So you controlled the parts that you could control. And then when the unexpected showed up, you had to maneuver, you had to adapt. But I think that what you tried to do is you tried to do it all, and then you burnt yourself out. And instead of just letting it, and so here's another lesson that I want you to see from that. You tried to do it all and you burnt yourself out, and now it's still taking the same amount of time if you would just kind of pace yourself the whole time. If you hadn't stressed yourself out here, oh no, now I have to carry all this load. If you'd given yourself some grace in that space and not stress about it and just say, okay, we have to figure this out. This is probably going to mean that this is going to take me a little bit longer to accomplish this thing, but this is the way that I can manage everything that is being asked of me without completely depleting myself, and I can still get everything accomplished. So patience is your challenge, but it's also your opportunity to find the balance. And that's going to, having the good work-life balance is going to bring that emotional fulfillment for you. Okay. So we're going to pull from the guides from the hidden realms. So what guidance do we have for Virgo? This is just a bigger thing than just this week, but you may be just super focused on it right now. It just may be something that's very heavy on your mind, and you needed some validation or some guidance there. I think that that's probably why this is showing up, because this feels much bigger. This feels like something that you've been working on for years, honestly. And and you got to this level of burnout. And all right, guidance for Virgo. But this is also we're getting close to August, and so there's lots of things that do start in August, like this. A new school season starts in August, so I don't know, there's just like August also feels just like this new renewal just because of that, where the school starts again, where that's a new school season. It feels like there's a renewal in that. My head is in that space because I've got kids that will be starting school next Monday. All right, next Monday, yes. And so I've got to take them school shopping this week. And so it's just like that energy, of the excitement of the new school year. We've got to get prepared. And there's just all this, it's newness. And so I feel like there's something connected with that energy with Virgo that's got your head in this space. Okay. Guidance. Rise to the occasion. Capability, strength, authenticity, free will. And so you have what it takes. Now it's time, again, do the work. Rise to the occasion. You're not being given any breaks here. You're being told very directly, Virgo, it's time. It's time to finish this thing. Okay, rise to the occasion. That's beautiful. Look at the top of the head there. That's a phoenix. Okay. You are faced with a situation that requires you to step into your authentic power and rise to the occasion. You might have wanted this, but you hadn't yet had the opportunity to stretch into this new version of yourself. The good news is that not only are you capable of what's required of you, but you've become even more than you know because of all the inner work you've done. Within you is a bright divine light, and it's no longer obscured by your internal obstacles. You are meant to shine. This is the time to choose to step up. Take the risk and go the distance. Spread your wings, knowing it is your destiny and you cannot fail. Surprise yourself, let go of all your fears. Take the risk and trust the divine winds to keep you aloft. Adventure awaits. So you have what it takes. Your moment is now. So I hope that you're getting excited to know that, like, literally this thing that you've been working on for so long is about to come into reality for you. Like, you're about to close this out and get to come into full reality of being in this new space that you've been working towards. All right, so we're going to close you out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So what can Virgo do right now to bring their manifestations in? Take a time out. This is a 55 card, so there is change. Give yourself permission to stop. Sometimes we need to slow down and rest up, and yet so often we keep on pushing and pushing, even though there are clear signs that we should stop. Taking time out now will allow you to replenish your energy and return revitalized and with an abundance of focused energy. And so my connection here just comes back to this, is that because you took that time out, because you took care of yourself, that is what has given you this ability now to have what it takes to move into this, to be able to rise to the occasion. Because as you were before you took this time out, as before you took care of yourself, you were burnt out, you were burning the candle at both ends. You were not able to truly rise to the occasion because you didn't have enough. You didn't have enough left to give. And so I think the reminder here is to remember what you learned from this. Remember that, again, what I told you before, had you paced yourself, and so just continue to pace yourself. If you'd paced yourself the whole time, it was going to take the same amount of time no matter what. And I think that because you didn't know that then, but you do know that now. You do see that now. Learn this lesson. Learn this lesson so that you're not dealing with unnecessary stress. You don't have to live stressed about, just don't let time be the thing that stresses you out. There's plenty of time to just, okay. Maybe there's not plenty of time, but don't let the time stress you out. Just don't let the time, what's meant for you will never pass you by. That's what was coming out. So don't let the time stress you out. Yeah, there's not plenty of time, but at the same time, don't let time be master over you, because I mean, time is an illusion in a sense anyways. Some of these goalposts are kind of arbitrary and we do it to ourselves. So you only let yourself down. And I mean, you do need to have, this integrity to yourself, but you only let yourself down. People weren't judging you. People understood that life happened to you and that you had to kind of span it out. People were proud of you as they saw that as life was throwing all of this stuff at you, you were still, keeping forward with the thing that you valued so much, this mission that you had, as the things that were coming at you, you continued to keep forward. And so, yeah, people were respecting that as they were seeing that. You were sitting here feeling like you wanted to give up while everybody else is looking at you. They are so proud of you that you didn't give up. And so I just feel like that the message here is so clear. Keep going. You're almost there. You're almost there. So if you needed that, that's for you, Virgo. All right, so we're going to close it out there, and we're going to move forward with Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, it is your turn. So let's go ahead and get my cameras on the screen. All right, we're going to be starting with the Angel Guide Oracle to get you some angel messages for this week. What do the angels want Capricorn to know at this time? Angels want Capricorn. Only messages for your highest good, and anything you need to hear will come out in this reading today. That is my intention. What does Capricorn need to know? Clear, cancel, and release. I feel like maybe there's some energetic cords that need to be cut. And I actually did do a cord cutting myself yesterday. And so I've got that written out next to me. I'll go over that because I'm positive that's where this is leading. So you've got some energetic cords that need to be blocked here. I mean, you kind of see in this card, like they're shoving them out. We need to. All right, so let's see. Clear, cancel, and release. You're being guided to clear your life and energy of any negative or challenging people, situations, or events. It's time to release any old ideas, negative patterns, or even sarcastic comments that you may be using to put yourself down. Angel wisdom wants you to recognize and realize the power of your words, thoughts, and intentions. If you are saying something even jokingly about yourself, that might have a negative effect on you or express something that you wish wasn't real. You are being encouraged to be more loving towards yourself. Angels are guiding you to clear, cancel, and release anything that you no longer want or need in order to make more room for love, positivity, and peace. Whenever you have a negative thought or say something that you wish you hadn't, you have the capacity to remove that idea or energy from your own energy by saying the powerful affirmation, clear, cancel, and release. Angels are ready and willing to help you clear anything that could be standing between you and inner peace. When you draw this card, you are also being encouraged to clear any clutter from your life. If there is dust building up or stuff accumulating in your home, office, car, or anywhere else you can spend time, or anywhere else that you spend time, clear it now. When you clear physical space, you clear psychic space. Making these simple changes will clear your energy and open you up to experiencing a sense of clarity and freedom. And so I do want to share the release ritual that I was talking about before, because I do think that this is going to be part of it. And this is something that, I mean, you can do this daily if you need to, but this one was really intended for those really strong bonds, for the ones that you know you need to let go of. They are just keeping you attached to this past version of yourself that it's not where you're going, and it just keeps holding you back, and like keeps pulling you back. So all right, I release you with a full heart, with love for the place that you once held in my life. May you be happy in the life that you have chosen. I now take back all the energy that has been taken from me or that I have given away. And I return the energy that I still hold from you. May we be free from these ties that bind us. May all the cords be cut, transmuted, and dissolved. May all the energy return to its original sender with power, peace, and forgiveness. I ask this is complete and sealed now. And so it is. So you will say that. You can write it out. And I do actually encourage you to write it out first. And then you can say it either, to yourself. You can say it to them. The way I did it is I actually just recorded it so that I could really just see it, feel it, hear it. And I wrote it just all the ways. And you have to be very intentional. You have to know that once you do this, you're literally cutting these cords. And so you're getting rid of any kind of ties that you might have to this other person or experience, because it's more than just people that you're cutting, these ties from. And you're doing it with that full heart. You're doing it with the full heart. And so, we're not doing it because we're angry. We're doing it because we know it no longer serves us. And so we're ready to move forward. We don't want to keep being held back by these ties from the past. If they're not meant to come with us, then we don't need to be, continue to pull back to that. And so regular energetic clearings is very important. And I love that this was also talking about clearing your physical space too. So, we get so attached to memories, to, things that have the sentimental value to us, that we'll let it just kind of take over the whole, physical space around us. And that is very much like what you're doing in your mind too, when you're keeping all of these attachments to all these people from all these different versions of who you were. Like, yes, they were aligned to you at that time, but they're not aligned to you now, or else you'd be, together. You'd be in the alignment now. You wouldn't be still just kind of like pulling back, looking back on that. You wouldn't still feel yourself being pulled. They would be here. You would feel that just, okay, we're vibrating at the same alignment. We're being drawn together, not being pulled to that. It is, we're literally attracted together. It's a very different energy. And you can tell the difference from like feeling like you're being pulled back or even like pulled to is not even a bad. If you can feel like you're being drawn to, as long as it's something that feels more positive, and more, ascended and more aligned with where you're going, it's okay to get pulled to, but don't get that pull back. You do feel that. Okay. I'm going to pull with the tarot. So I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. So what is going on with Capricorn this week? Other than this clearing, canceling, and releasing. It's interesting because I am a Capricorn moon. And, I definitely know that full moon in Capricorn impacted me. I'm sure it impacted you as a Capricorn sign. And so these are meant for sun, moon, rising. I don't think I ever even say that. But they're meant for sun, moon, and rising signs. And so any placement that you had in Capricorn, I'm sure you were feeling the impact of this double Capricorn full moon. And I did, for sure. I readjusted so much of the structures of my life, for real. I really did in the past 2 months. I'm changing, relationship structures. I'm changing my work structures. Everything. I've been just changing everything about my life. And so we're having a fresh start. I think with Capricorn right now, there's just a chance for this full fresh start, and we don't need any of the attachments from the past to prevent us. To even hold us back. I think where we're headed is it's just so far removed from where we've been, that we cannot have those same attachments anymore. All right, so tarot guidance this week. All right, Capricorn strength this week. So this is the Six of Cups. So we've been talking about the past. So this is your strength. I think that you have overcome the attachment, the over obsessing, about the past. I think that you have healed enough to be excited about this person you've become, this new path forward, that you're not being so pulled back to the past. Your blessings this week are the wheel. You are closing cycles. Yeah, I love this. You're taking a different path. So this is something fate. This is divine destiny on your path. But you are closing out those old karmic cycles. You're releasing the karma. I love this. Wow. Okay. Your opportunity and challenge. The Queen of Wands. So this is about not settling. This is about, the life that you're wanting, what you're capable of, and what you deserve. And so this is a card about not settling. So as we can have compassion, we can have empathy for all of these people who've been connected with us in the past. But if they're not aligned to where we're going, then they're just hindrances at this point. They're holding us back. And so we're not settling. We're not they are allowed to come with us. They are allowed to come with us, but they have to be aligned. They have to even want to go where we're going. And the majority of these people don't want to go where we're going because they're happy with the lives that they're building. And that's their free will to get to build whatever life they want. And that's where the love is coming in too, is to allow everybody just to continue to express their lives in however is best fit for them, not best fit for you. You're doing your life what's best fit for you. You're not settling for lives that are less than what you deserve. But we're also giving the space for other people to have that too. We're releasing this need to just hoard. We're releasing the need to hoard physical, physical things, to hoard, people, to hoard memories, to hoard all of it, just to hoard from the past, because that's all the connection to the past. And it's just like, in order to feel connected to the past, I have to see it all. I have to see it all out in front of me at all times to know that it's still there. It's there. That connection, it was real. It existed. You don't have to have the physical. You don't have to it doesn't have to take up the space that it's taking up anymore. It served its purpose, and it is time to let it go so that you have space for the new stuff that's coming in. Okay, we're moving to the guides from the hidden realms. So what guidance do we have for Capricorn for this week? Guidance for Capricorn. Death reclaims a life, letting go the sacred quality of death, natural ending grief. That's heavy. That is big, heavy energy. So you're definitely closing things. You're definitely making some big endings this week. When you're doing this clearing, you're not playing around. This is a big deal. This is a big deal moment for you. You are letting things go that were literally holding you back. And then there is a grieving process that's going to come with this, because this was something that you were very attached to. It's very hard to let go of. All right, so 21. Okay. There are always endings in life, some expected and prepared for, others not. It's the price of existence on earth to be full, then empty, to flourish, then decay, to be born and then die. We live and love fully and freely until our bodies are no longer able to support our life force energy. Then we move on to another type of life in the invisible realms, returning to Source. Our journey on earth is done. It's important to honor and bless the endings in your situation now. Let go so that you can grieve in the temporary emptiness. It's okay to feel vulnerable and sad, or even relieved and glad. Some things, situations, and relationships are not meant to last, but that does not diminish any of the gifts that you've shared as a result of coming together. The good news is that letting what no longer serves you die, and acknowledging that, is also an invitation to be reborn. Soon, what must be empty will be refilled, and the taste will be even sweeter. Surrender your resistance and accept this beautiful gift. So I am going to give this warning to you that clearing exercise that I shared with you earlier, do not do it until you are fully ready to be done with that chapter in your life. Whatever that person or situation is, that you do not do that until you are fully ready, that you have prepared your heart, that you know what, I am moving forward without this person, without this experience, without this possession. I am moving forward without this. I am letting this thing go. When you let something go, you are literally like, even if I no longer ever see or experience it again, I'm going to be okay. I'm letting it go and I'm moving forward. So there's huge release here in this whole reading right here. And it's not going to be comfortable. This feels really bad. So I'm just going to say, when I did that clearing, sobbed all the way through it. I sobbed just from writing. And I feel like that is part of the healing that comes with that. Is like you're letting it out. Let it out. It'll feel it. Make sure that it is going through that heart space. Make sure that it's coming out through that heart space, that you do feel this. You should feel it. It shouldn't be an easy thing for you to just say those words and then, oh, okay, I've cut the ties. No, you've got to mean it from your inner beings. And you'll know, because it will start releasing out in very big emotional ways. All right, so we're going to close this out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So we have new things coming. So what can we do to help bring those new things in? Choices and decisions. The choices that we make today are defining the shape of our tomorrow. And so it is hardly surprising that we sometimes worry about making the right decisions. Do not shroud your mind in the fog of uncertainty. Just as you have choices today, you also have choices tomorrow and the day after. Be assured that you can always change course again. We are always becoming. We are always becoming newer versions of ourselves. So you're making decisions today to become a newer version of yourself, and you're worried that you might make decisions today that might mess you up. Well, guess what? You get to make new decisions tomorrow. If you don't like the results of the decisions you made today, make new decisions tomorrow. Make new decisions tomorrow. And so like the thought that's coming into me is coming back to this clearing that we're talking about. This releasing that we're talking about. What if I make the decision to do this today, and then tomorrow, next week, the next month, whatever, I panic and I decide this really wasn't the thing that I should have done? You're going to start fresh. Being able to clear the energy of where it is right now, because if it was working, whatever this situation or person, if it was working, you wouldn't feel the need to clear the energy. So you will have a fresh start. It won't be the same connection. You are fully letting go of the way that things were. And you're saying, I'm not even accepting the way things were anymore. I will only accept new. So you can always go back. That new choice could be that choice to rebuild that connection. You have new choices every day. All right. So I'm going to close us out there and save it back to here. All right. So if you had found value in this video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel. You can hit the bell for notifications and it will let you know every time I post a new video. And so now this is a new series, like I said, so this will be a weekly series that I'm doing. And if you are interested in a private reading, I offer that as well. You can find information about that in the description box below. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye.